that Dre and Power shit. You know what I'm saying? So you looking at niggas in the conscious community, these niggas look like Tekashi. They want all the attention. Then, you know, hey, I don't know these guys. I'm out of here. I'm going to a new community.
Mm-hmm.
They gone. And you still stuck with these platforms. You know what I'm saying? This is why we really got to learn what the definition of trust is. Trust is not knowing somebody so that you put some fake idea of goodness that you learned on TV on them. Like if I leave this crackhead in my house with, you know, like it's jewelry and money everywhere. I leave a crackhead in my house. I trust that because I know them, they're not going to steal anything. No, it's a crackhead. If you leave a crackhead in your house with valuables, you should trust that they will steal something because that's what chances are. So when you learn a person's nature, you have to trust that there are, you know, not these weird ideas about if you my friend, you know, you gonna be willing to invest in me and all this kind of stuff that's brainwashing. Nah, we gotta understand that people gonna do what they gonna do.
So yeah. So we have Brother Polite versus Tekashi. What is that about?
Well, I mean, it's the same kind of philosophy in rap and in the conscious community. We looked at Tekashi. Tekashi stepped on people. Tekashi stepped on everybody that was trying to help him. Everybody that tried to warn him and school him that said, hey, slow down, man. You got to do this another way. That's going to come back to bite you. Look, don't do this because you're not going to be able to, hey, man, don't slow down. Take a break. Don't do this. Don't do that. And look what happened. Now he looked crazy. The same thing happened with Polite. I wasn't the only one that supported Polite and promoted Polite. All of these platforms supported and promoted Polite. Now we're looking at the damage that's left in wake of what happened with this kind of thing going out of control. He can't come back. He's not welcome back. There's people walking around talking about they looking for him. So he can't walk around in New York the same way he used to. The conscious community is at a standstill because there's a lot of people outside of the conscious community that wanted to help and get involved and invest and do different things, but they like, whoa, you know, I did a few things with Homeboy and I don't have a good taste in my mouth from that. So, you know, I'm gonna just back up. It's the same exact program. Now you look at all of these places, they trying to distance themselves. The only difference between Tekashi and Polite is Polite trying to get away from the platforms and the platforms blackmailing him to stay on the platforms because they're not making money without him.
Got you. So, Illuminati ritual. What is an Illuminati ritual?
An Illuminati ritual is anything that you need to do that goes outside of yourself. That goes outside of yourself for material gain. So when you watch guys that say, oh, yeah, you in order to get a record deal, you have to have sex with a same-sex partner, or you have to do. But what if you're bisexual? Or what if you practice an alternative lifestyle? That's not selling your soul. That's nothing. You might be attracted to the person. So now how does that play into an Illuminati ritual? Like, it's not.
Got you.
It's the same as the street. People want to see you do something so that you're binded to them. They want to see you put some work in, something that binds you to them so that you can't flip later on. Once you get a taste of what's really going on. So it's like the little guy in the neighborhood. He look up to the guys in the neighborhood with fresh, fancy clothes on. They got girls. So the little guy in the neighborhood, he look up to them. So he like, man, I want to be down. I want to be down. I want to be down. They push him away. Go to school. Do this. Do that. Do that. After a while, when they see he's really persistent and it look like if he don't get down with them, he'll get down with somebody else. They're like, all right, hunt, do this favor for me. Yo, go run this over here. Go run it over there. You still not down. You on the outside. You're not actually down till you do something that you can't come back from. When you see that the real violent nature, or when you see what it is they really involved in, when you partake in that, then you quote unquote got your finger pricked, and now you really associated with the big boys.
When you in too deep.
When you in way too deep. And that's the same thing that goes on these conscious platforms. It's a lot going on behind the camera that doesn't go on in front the camera. The only thing you could see in front the camera is when people say things that directly flies into the face of what consciousness is supposed to be. You're supposed to be talking about unity. You're supposed to be talking about building up the community, inspiring people, building up people's self-image, building up people's self-esteem, giving people ways that they can build up their own economics, giving people ways that they can build up their own health, take their own biology into their control. That is the biggest form of freedom. It's not economic freedom. It is biological freedom. This is why when people back in the days was like, yo, they're going to put the microchip in cats, video, and I was like, nah, they're not going to put a microchip in you. They already got you. The fact that you're waiting for the microchip mean they got you, because the control that they're looking to get, they got that with your food. Your body runs on software programs just like a computer does. So if I could control what you eat, I could control how you think and behave. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what the end game is anyway. So once you had them start to genetically modify the foods, especially at the nucleoside and nucleotide level, that was the game. If I control their food, I can control their body.